We dealt with a number of grass fires over the past couple of days. This was out in Vacaville through parts of our weekend called the Quail Fire. Good news there is that we got better weather conditions and much better containment. But look at this, red flag warning conditions right back with us Monday into Tuesday. Some of the impacts, the dry gusty winds and rapid fire spread as well. This one a little bit different, doesn't include the San Joaquin Valley, but will expand into parts of the northern Sierra where we're starting to see that elevated fire risk. Now, just in the course of a week, we've had to respond to about 300 fires throughout the state. So those numbers are starting to go up in terms of where we stand with our total fires for the year so far, and our acres going up as well. We're behind the pace of 2021, but that's not to say that we couldn't catch up quickly. One big fire would jump up those numbers significantly, and here we go again with that red flag warning going into effect. This is a look at the timeline, just kind of looking at the contours of where we see some of the highest risk. And once again, it's going to be right along I-5. Grass fires especially at risk for this time of year, and right towards the west side of the valley. Now, the one area that will expand again is just going to be on the east side there and through parts of the northern Sierra into that Tuesday forecast. And that will be an area that continues to expand with the fire danger as we see some of that brush and some of the higher train fuel dry out, especially with these warm temperatures that we've been dealing with. And we've got another round coming up as well. Winds as we head through our Sunday evening, a nice light onshore flow, but this all starts to transition very quickly into our Monday forecast. Dry, warming winds start to pick up throughout the valley. It's not going to be anything like what we saw last Friday with those gusts approaching 50 miles per hour, but we will see them increase into our Tuesday. This is going to be the day of particular concern. Again, here we go. You can see the contours especially sharp right along that I-5 corridor, and then a little bit later into the afternoon, it does expand over towards the east side, towards Butte County, Oroville, and parts of the northern Sierra. Again, the fuel isn't quite as dry, but that's an area that will have growing concern. So vehicle and equipment start still going to be the main thing that we're looking at for those grass fires starting up. Secure our chains, nothing dragging on the ground. Got a lot of camping going on right now as we head towards the Memorial holiday weekend. Properly maintain brakes. Metal to metal contact can equal sparks, and don't drive on dry grass. Even using our equipment like mowers or weeders, you want to make sure it's not in dry grass, because hot pipes and mufflers with our cars can start fires. And if you hit a rock with some of those metal parts, it can also start a spark. And always carry a fire extinguisher. That's a quick way to at least start containment on some of these grass fires. Some of the areas, as I mentioned, that will be at highest risk for this particular event is going to be the Sacramento Valley, surrounding foothills, and then over towards the coast, and obviously the deserts being so terribly dry right now. But what's going to happen on Tuesday is we are going to expand that slightly into parts of the Central Valley and then over towards the northern mountains. That starts to get bigger wildfire concerns growing, and it's a good time to make sure we're fire ready. Is our house a safe place? And if fire were to break out? If not, do we have family, friends that we could go to if we need to have an evacuation? And if not, what are some of the potential evacuation sites? The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of times GPS goes out. Might want to have just a paper map. I know it's old school, but it's a good thing to always have just in case you need to find that proper evacuation route and you don't have your phone handy or a GPS navigation on your car or vehicle. Our highs for today on our Sunday, upper 80s to low 90s. It was a little cooler than where we were last week with those highs in the 100s, 70s and 80s for the foothills and 60s for the Sierra. But now we're heading into another heat event. So that's why we're saying Tuesday is really going to be a high fire danger concern. We're going to have highs close to 100, warm nights as well, and our heat risk is going to be building. The peak heat actually hits on Wednesday, but we don't have the wind concerns. That's why we don't have that red flag warning right now in effect through Tuesday. But you can see the heat risk here expanding Tuesday throughout much of the region and continuing into our Wednesday. Now, on the flip side of this, we get some nice cooling coming in. But before we get to that, we have the potential for hitting record highs. I'm surprised that this Modesto one, 99 degrees, our record high on Wednesday, because typically this time of year, record highs are in the 100s. So that's really going to be one that will probably fall on our Wednesday forecast. As you can see, the heat building here Tuesday into Wednesday. But right after that, we get the cooling, and that hits us right in time for the Memorial holiday weekend.